you all for being here with us today. Before we begin the contest, we would like to take a moment to explain the contest awards and introduce today's agenda.
With respect to the contest awards, supplementary prizes will be awarded to the first, second, and third winners. The prizes will consist of cool cars. The first place winners will receive 10,000 yen. Second place winners will receive 5,000 yen. And the third place winners will receive 3,000 yen. The cool cars will be sent to the representative of each group. In addition, each of you have received a questionnaire in the proceedings, and we appreciate if you could fill it out during presentations because there's space for comments for each group, and submit it later today.
But the question is, why does loneliness matters? Ladies and gentlemen, loneliness is not just a social issue because loneliness can lead to a severe mental health issue, and in extreme cases, it can cause suicide. Even now, over 21,800 people committed suicide in Japan. So, these problems is clear, and addressing loneliness is not just a social issue, but a matter of public health. And two key factors causing loneliness is, first, lack of social interaction, and the second one is small number of supportive connection. So, to tackle these problems, we have to make an effort to enhance social interactions because enhancing social interactions is indispensable.
Okay, so do you know that actually there is a simple yet a powerful force that can bring us all together? Do you know what it is? Okay, that's sharing. There is a folk from a Swedish proverb that can indicate or explain how hedonic benefits of interacting with other people that can understand us. And which is shared joy is a double joy, shared sorrow is a half sorrow. That's why. I'm pretty sure that maybe almost everyone in this room may experience a moment when you feel alone, like no one to talk to or no one can understand us. However, how about trying to open up? Maybe it will be a different case, right? By doing so, we could realize that we are actually not really alone. Why? Because human connects. And actually, of course, we can make the connection even stronger. By knowing, people know what our feeling and what we are going through, and then what our perspective, we let other people understand us better. And if someone is truly listen to us and reciprocate with their own, of course, it can potentially deepen our connection level. So open communication about feelings and thoughts can be so beneficial for both parties to express themselves and leading to better conflict resolution and also helping each other. Aside from that, sharing can be also a moment for emotional rest. Because why? Keeping things bottled can be so unhealthy because it can lead some bad effects of, for example, physical and emotional turmoil, can deteriorate sense of self-worth and possible accomplishment, and even in the worst case can lead to depressions. But in the meantime, not everyone knows what our feelings. Not everyone know what we are going through. Not everyone know what we are thinking. So by opening up to others, it can be just let your feelings out or vent about the problem. It's a very good way to release any negativity, lift tension, ease burden, and widen our perspective toward things. moving on to what happens if we could understand each other. A study also said people enjoy the social relationship when they feel understood by others. According to self-verification theory, people will prefer to interact with other people who can confirm their views. Then, people also like or enjoy in the environment when they and their party can interact or can share the similar responses to life events or have similar interpersonal goals. And then research on close relationship and social support can predict that people should be happier and healthier if they are surrounded by people who can understand their values and their needs. However, to reach all this understanding level, the first thing that we should do is first sharing.
Okay, talking about sharing, we would like to continue with a question. How often do you share your perspective and sharing and feelings with others? It might be uncommon for some people. Some of us might feel awkward, cringe, or even simply just don't know how to start. To overcome those issues, we proudly present to you Connectology. It is a mobile app game that consists of questions and topics to talk about with your family, relatives, friends, partners, or even with a person you just met, such as a university orientation or company gathering. So how to play this game is actually pretty simple. All you have to do is touching or clicking the button below here, spin, to spin the wheel, and then a question will come up. Here are some examples of the questions. In our question banks later, there will be deep questions and also fun questions. And then after that, each person will answer the question. So now we would like to do a simulation to play our mobile app game. So we would like to call one volunteer who would like to be our app's first users. Anyone wants to be volunteer to come to the stage? Anyone is okay. Audience or judges or the committees? The committees, okay. Okay, please come to the stage. Okay. Okay, thank you very much. What's your name?
Misaki.
Okay, Misaki. So now in today's simulation, the condition is you just met our friend here, Eliza, assuming that maybe you guys are two university students that just met each other. So now I would like you to just talk, introduce yourself, and talk about anything that you want. Okay.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Okay, may I know your name again?
Oh, I'm Misaki.
Okay, Misaki-san. Oh, so let me introduce myself.
Yes?
I'm Eliza Farestiani. And may I know where you're from?
Oh, I'm Osaka, from Osaka.
From Osaka.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm Indonesian.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's usually how a first conversation going with the person you just met, right? And now let's change the condition if you try to apply our mobile app game. So now we will try to play, here. Who would like to spin the wheel first? Okay, so first question is about feeling. What is an important quality that a friend should have? Who wants to answer first?
Okay, may I? Well, for me, I think it's a lot of them, but maybe one of the most important ones is a good friend should be trustworthy, because trust is the foundation for a healthy relationship, not only friendship, but other relationship. What about you?
Oh, I agree with you idea. And I think the most important is fun with friends.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so we have one more questions. For second questions, maybe Misaki-san can spin the wheel.
Okay.
Just click the... Okay. About random topics, so what is the question? If you were given a day to become an animal, what animal would you like to be? Okay, who wants to answer first? Misaki-san?
Okay.
Dozo.
Oh, I want to be a bird.
Bird?
Oh yes. This
What?
is because I want to fly the sky.
Oh, very
Yes.
nice. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
Eliza?
For me, given a chance to be an animal, maybe I will choose cat, because I know that maybe almost everyone loves cats very much. So I think it's very nice to be loved.
Okay. Okay, so because the time is ticking, later on in the real actual condition, we will have unlimited questions. But for now, that's it. I would like to ask Misaki-san opinion. What do you think about our game?
Oh, so very nice. And yes,
Okay. You
Yes.
would like to play this game in the future?
yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much,
Thank you.
Misaki-san, for
Thank
the
you very
time. You may
much.
come back to your seat.
Okay.
Okay, so that was an example of how our app can be applied with the person you just met. So within just one meeting, you can know each other better, not only the surface, but you can also know their perspective and their way of thinking.
Generally, 5 stocks are needed for a person per day. If considering taking at least 3 days to set up temporary toilets in evacuation centers, each person needs to have 15 of them. The Japanese government recommends having at least 35 of them. However, please take a look at the graph below. Only about 30% of families have more than 15 of them. So what can we do to increase the ratio of temporary toilet stocks? We think the national government, local government, and citizens should have a role in solving this problem. The national government should encourage citizens to prepare temporary toilets as a necessary living item. The local government should equip and maintain emergency toilets at designated evacuation centers. Citizens should prepare for at least 3 days temporary toilets by themselves. We have portable and simplified items that are commercially available at their nearest shops, but preparing temporary toilets using these items costs a lot. Therefore, we think we have another way to stock enough temporary toilets at a very low cost and easy way. From now on, we would like to explain our proposal of preparing temporary toilets. The concept of our temporary toilets that are anytime available and no need to have special materials to make. Make the most of what's around you to save your lives. This is what we want to emphasize the most. We have 4 concrete actions. Make use of sodas for temporary toilets. Second, where to stock sodas. Set up sodas in advance at evacuation centers. Third, how can we get enough sodas? Collaboration with recycling centers. The last one is how to promote our project. Enhance the cooperation among citizens, communities, and local governments. We actually made a bio toilet prototype only by us. This is our original bio toilet. The materials needed for making our original bio toilets are here: cardboard box, duct tape, plastic bag, decorative sheet, and sodas. As you can see, these materials doesn't include any special materials. These were just ordinary and inexpensive items. The time required for making our original bio toilets are just 30 to 60 minutes with 2 girls. After making a bio toilet, putting fermented sodas inside the toilet, you can actually use this as a real toilet. The expected effect of bio toilets are moisture absorption and deodorizing. Securing water is the most concerning factor during disasters. This toilet doesn't use any water. However, not using any water, we can polish and keep the toilets clean. The other strengths of using biotoilets, other than not using any water, are mainly two things. The first one is biotoilets are easy to carry, which means it is flexible in selecting an installation location as long as private space is secured. If the toilet place in evacuation center is clean, we can install our biotoilets there. However, if the disaster involves a tsunami and the toilet place is filled with mud, there is no way to clean up quickly. So, we will also install news curtains in evacuation centers to make a private space. The other strength is our original biotoilets are inexpensive. As I mentioned before, the materials needed for making biotoilets only include inexpensive items. However, if we put our project on practical at this rate, we are certain that our project will work out well. If so many people use sawdust at the same time, sawdust needs to be changed to new one to get rid of smell. And old sawdust must be stored at somewhere at evacuation centers. The fundamental problem is that biotoilets is not well known to citizens. What can we do to solve these problems? We have set next 3 steps to make our proposal more satisfactory. First, how to stock sawdust and how to get enough sawdust. Second, how to promote citizens' participation. The last one is how to build a local network for citizens' participation. Let us look at the detailed solutions one by one. Sawdust is available at the nearest clean center for free. Local governments usually govern these clean centers. Please take a look at the 2 pictures below. We actually visited the Green Recycle Center in Takarazuka City in Hyogo Prefectures. By simply informing the security officer that you will be taking the sawdust home, that you can take it with you for free. Making use of recycled sawdust can also contribute to climate action. Our proposal will satisfy SDG 13 goal. Evacuation centers are usually set up in schools. Most schools have enough space for keeping sawdust. However, we assume that some of you argue this way. If the sawdust is just stored at the schools and not used for any school activities, then the school doesn't benefit anyway. However, that is not true. Sawdust can be used in any school activities. Students can grow vegetables on their school gardens and keep the vegetables without spoiling, as sawdust can function as fertilizers and refrigerators. And if the school has small rabbits, for instance, small animals, for example, rabbits, sawdust is also useful for bed and deodorant. Storage at school is one of the best ways for continuous feeding of sawdust. No matter how good our projects are, if citizens are not willing to cooperate, then we can easily estimate the toilet conditions in evacuation centers won't improve during future disasters. So, we will have orientations and open seminars targeting for family group of little knowledge of biotoilets and volunteer staff candidates during disasters. They can experience what's like to make a biotoilet only by themselves and realize how useful the sawdust is. The reason why we also target volunteer staff candidates is that we need someone who can change sawdust for disaster victims and explain to disaster victims how to use biotoilets to keep it clean. However, it is often difficult to let citizens know that we will be holding these orientations. Therefore, we came up with a realistic plan.
For your presentation and really wonderful PowerPoint slides. I have one kind of question. A lot of companies use plastic because it's cheap and easy to make, for example. And have you seen like the cost of, for example, how much it costs to make a seaweed plastic straw versus a regular plastic straw? Is there a big cost difference in that?
Thank you for asking question. Like actually, we try to find the cost of that, and then like conventional plastic in Japan is 100 yen for like 2 pieces of the lunchbox, but this seaweed, the lunchbox made from seaweed plastic is like actually about 90 yen for a 2 lunchbox, so it's kind of cheap compared to the conventional, but we think it's gonna be it's gonna cost much than a 2